Now we're only in the way. We're only in the way of the youth because this society has reached indomitable heights of unacceptability, and yet it's still here and nothing's changed. How is that possible? Everyone is standing in the way of the youth. The youth are coming here with tremendous energy, right? Tremendous, all the potential. They have all the potential. And they wind up going to these schools and they wind up being just smushed down. And all their dreams and their desires and what they have, what they want for their life is just gone. Their parents aren't safeguarding it, much less are their parents supporting it necessarily. And this is not just a call to complain. I would like to see people my age 35 and 40 and stuff like this, whatever age I am. I would like to see people start being a big brother and a big sister to the people who need it and can actually provide the most value and change in the world instead of just letting them be fodder for the system and letting the system squish them down into something that they can plug into working at Walgreens or, freaking cleaning the stadium after Sunday night. Instead of doing stuff like that, awful, like soul crushing stuff, why don't we just help them get into what they want to get into? They just need a little help and a little support. They have all the energy. They have all the energy. Okay. And they have the mind to, this society dumps on them so hard. We're like, they don't have the prefrontal cortex. They're just rebellious to no end. No, they have things they want to do. They have things they came here to do. They haven't necessarily forgotten or given up on it to be a part of the shit that we have established. To find a job, that's unfulfilling and meaningless and uninspiring. They haven't given up. They just don't know how to necessarily go about fulfilling that because their teachers and their parents aren't supporting their dreams, aren't holding their dreams, don't value their dreams, or take it for granted, which is a shame for a parent to do. The teachers, whatever, they're a part of the system. That's what they're there for. Okay, they're there to occupy the youth's time and make sure that they are constantly uh, distracted or aimless in their curiosities. You force these curiosities. Well, don't you want to know about history? Well, don't you want to know this science? Well, we don't want to know anything about you, but you need to know this and you need to know that and you need to be curious about this. And there's value in following the news, but there isn't. There is actually no value in it. We all do it because we're all messed up and we're looking to defend ourselves on some complex, sorry, it's called complex PTSD. Look it up. But the youth, they're a new, fresh life and they can add value. And I'm not talking on some, children of the future, randomness. I'm talking about them making money their own way. I want the youth to be able to make money their own way. And for us big brothers and big sisters to come in there and help them find that path. Just help them on that path. Point them the path. If you can't, also support them, that'd be great. Every every entrepreneur, everyone going to school, need some support or necessarily just the guidance for the support. There's so many resources to help people go through college, but there's not resources for someone to become a pilot. There's not a lot of resources, for someone to open up their own nail salon or whatever cosmetic shop or retail place. Okay. So maybe they just need guidance on creating the business plan to ask for a loan, uh, hitting up the SBA, Small Business Association. They need to know what the resources are. They need to know how to start small, how to grow. Should they have a job, uh, and take on their dreams as a side job? Or are they young enough to be in their parents' house and start to grow something? You know, even the youth is getting teased for being in their parents' houses. Um, while having a job. I mean, they should be teased about having a job. Anyway, I want to see us be the big brothers and big sisters and not going to stomp on their dreams, but are going to help them pursue it in a way and make a plan for it. Can their dreams happen tomorrow? Can their dreams happen in 2 years, 3, 4, 5 years? How long does it take? You know, just if people could come together and put a plan for the youth can make their dreams happen. And we can turn around and value those dreams, you know, those dreams that were not deferred. And watch things change. Watch things change as the youth becomes empowered. That's what I want to see. I want to see the youth become empowered because I want to see bigger and better changes made. Also, I want to give a small special message for my meditators. If you're a meditator, I want you guys to think of the most powerful place where you can meditate. And go ahead and think about that while you're meditating. Why wouldn't you want to meditate in a powerful way? Everyone meditate on power and in power and with power. Right. And yeah, I think that's my whole message, basically. We have to help the youth into their visions, stop with all the distractions and the aimless curiosity, and help them to do what they came here to do. Otherwise they're just going to be playing to someone else's hands. Let's help them play to their own hands. This is Black Shiva wishing peace and health.